CATV is proudly presented by Toyota.
It was a really great performance with the ball today. How did it feel to be doing that on your Test debut?
Yeah, obviously it's really good to be able to contribute and help out with the team, and obviously we've bowled Australia out, so yeah, like I say, it's really nice to be able to contribite to that.
Talk us through bowling in the heat today. It seemed to get a lot harder throughout the day. How did it feel?
Yeah, I mean that spell after lunch was pretty tough, but we knew what it was going to be. It is what it is, and yeah, we just made sure that we had a lot of fluid on board, and we just did our best.
Of all times to lose a bowler, today was probably the worst day for that to happen as well.
Yeah, it was frustrating, and obviously it's disappointing to lose someone of Catherine's aggression and stature and etc. But again, you've just got to get on with it, and we've bowled pulled together and obviously bowled them out in the end. So
I'm sure she'll be pretty fired up to come back in the second innings.
Yeah, I'd watch out for that one.
Was it hard though in the heat having lost Catherine? Can you explain what that was like? You know, for the rest of you having to share the bowling and then perhaps take the new ball that she may have done.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing in 45-degree heat, it's always going to be difficult. Obviously, we've lost a bowler, so that's a few more overs for us to bowl. But we just tried to get on with it, and yeah, we just did our best.
What about the loss of Charlotte? What was that like for the team when Charlotte left sort of midway through that session?
It actually pumped us up a little bit because it gave us a little bit of a right. Let's do this for a lot now. She's on the side, and we had a 10-over spell, and we really buzzed around again. So it was actually obviously not something good, but we got something out of it.
And can you take us through that first wicket? It's pretty amazing on day 30.
Yeah, it's probably going to be my one that I remember for a while. But yeah, I didn't know what I was doing with it, so obviously Cameron didn't. But yeah, I'm going to remember that one for a while.
Do you have family here who are watching you?
No, I don't. I had some friends up over there, and they managed to put a bed sheet up for me. But no, they were all watching back home, hopefully.
Your father played professional football. I know this isn't your first international game, but do you give any tips for the test?
Yeah, he just told me to enjoy it and not fear it. He's quite good with his words, and he always encourages, and he knows what it's like to play sport at a high level, so it's nice to have someone in the family that can kind of relate to what you're doing.
It was a tough finish to the day with the bat, and it was always going to be a tough little session for the batters. But what do you reckon a good score would be to give them to chase?
We've not really spoke about scores at this rate. Obviously, we want to try and stay in the game as long as we can. But I think it just shows this afternoon that there's still plenty in it for the bowlers, and it's going to be hard for Australia to bat on day 4 on that wicket. So there's a lot in this game, and we're pretty excited about that.
You would have heard a lot about playing on the Wacker growing up. Now you'll get the chance to bowl late on day 3 or on day 4 on the pitch. Is that exciting?
Yeah, definitely. We've already seen those cracks opening up. Yeah, I mean it's brilliant to be able to get the opportunity to play at a ground like this. Obviously playing on the pitch that the men played on as well. So yeah, it's just really exciting for women's cricket.
How frustrating was it not to be able to finish Australia off after you've made those early inroads?
Yeah, obviously it's always frustrating when you're not getting wickets, but this is Test match, and you know that at some point someone's going to dig in and stay around, and we kind of prepared for that, and at the end of the day we bowled them out, and that's what we wanted to do today.
Was there a real step up from kind of ODIs to Test cricket?
It's just a different game really. It's that playing sessions and playing time, and it's obviously not something that we're that used to doing. We only play one Test match against Australia every 3 years or so. So yeah, we've been training hard for it. We've been training for a few months for this now, so we were well prepared coming into this game.
And just what was the feeling at the end there, having let Australia come back and just pass you, and then losing those few early wickets? What was the feeling in the dressing room when you came back in?
Obviously a little bit disappointed to lose those 3 wickets, but Ashes cricket, Test cricket, is about fighting, and hopefully we'll do that tomorrow. We'll come back and have a really good day, hopefully.